What does that even mean, Bowers Game Corner?
Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again at A40, another game review, and today I'm very excited to check out Tumble from Blue Orange Games. This is for 2 to 4 players, ages 6 plus. It'll take you, I don't know, about 15 to 20 minutes to play. And in Tumble you are going to be stacking leaves on top of a tree, trying to make those leaves not fall down. But it's not that easy because each one of the cards are going to do different things, like you'll have to throw the cards or put the cards, tuck the cards in, or drop the cards, or fling the cards, or do various different sort of things like that. It feels a lot like a game called Garbage Day from Mayday Games. Is it better? Is it worse? Is it about the same? Let's open it up, and I'll tell you what I think. Alrighty then, we're going to take a look at what you're going to get inside of Tumble. So first and foremost, we're going to get our handy-dandy set of rules, which is one really weird, long thing. And it's very well done. It should have you up and running in no time at all. And a lot of it is just actually going really in-depth about what all the different cards in the game do. Because in Tumble you are going to be putting leaves on top of a tree. If you've ever played the game Garbage Day from Mayday Games, it's very similar, but this has a lot of different things going on. It's a lot more of a dexterity game. So, we'll go over the components, then we'll get into the gameplay. First, we got this tin. Nice tin, fully functional. It's going to hold everything. In fact, it actually is going to hold double what you're going to get in the game. So they got plenty of room for expansions, which hopefully they come out in the future. Spoiler. But you're going to set it up like this, put it in the middle of the table. You're going to make sure that everyone can easily see a reference card, and then you're going to deal out these cards right here as evenly as possible after shuffling them. And the cards are going to have different backs on them, and I'm going to go over exactly what each of the different cards will do when you are forced to play it. But you're going to deal these out evenly, so we'll just say we got a 2-player game, cards over here, cards over there, and we are ready to rock and roll. So the first player is going to decide, and you're going to decide every single turn if you want to draw your top 1, 2, or 3 cards and place them on top of the tree. Now, at the beginning of the game, everyone's going to take 3 because it's just a no-brainer. There's not much on there. You don't have to worry about things falling down. But what you're going to notice now is that each card is different and unique. And I'll tell you exactly what each card does right now. So first, we have the bat. You're going to drop the bat above the tin onto the treetop with your eyes closed. And you have to do this. You have to close your eyes before you put it over. You can't be like, okay, I got it lined up, now close my eyes. So let's see if I can do this. I'll do this as my first one. I'll just go, and boom, I got it. So that would be the first one. So next, we have the Chameleon. This one is a very simple one. It's just going to copy the last card, the last rule of the last card played. So once again, we would be treating this like the bat since we just played the bat. Next, we're going to go with the Leopard. So how the Leopard works is you're going to slam the card from 1 foot down above the tin onto the tree top. So you're going to kind of be throwing it down, which is easy now because there's only one here, but later in the game when it starts to really spread out and get wide, it's going to be really difficult. So boom. There we go. Did that one, no problem. Next, we have the bees. You're going to place this card anywhere on the tree. Going forward, no animal card may touch any part of the bee card. Only foliage and flower cards may cover it. So we'll put it right here in the middle, which means now people are going to have to get very creative with how they play their cards. And they might not even be able to play their cards in a realistic manner. So, flipping the reference card over, we'll show you the other cards. So next we have Foliage. This is the easiest card. It's just a regular card. You can place it however you want. You don't have to place it anywhere fancy. And if you wanted to help everybody out, you'd put this, boom, right on top of the bees, which now means no one else would have to worry about the bees. So next we have the Flower. You're going to place this card on the edge of the top of the tree with the ground part hanging off. So you have to make sure that this ground part is not on top of the tin right there. So it's got the ground right there. So next we have the Monkey, which the monkey is a fun one. Place the card on the edge of the top of the tree with the ground part hanging off. Works much in the same way. Boop. And we have the Snake. Place the card in between 2 cards on the edge of the tree with the ground part hanging off. So this one, you have to kind of tuck in there, like so. No. Well, this is a perfect example. So I knocked the monkey off the tree, which means this is going to go into my penalty pile. So I'll just put this into a face-up pile next to me, and this is going to be essentially negative points at the end of the game. Whoever has the fewest number of these cards at the end of the game is going to be the winner. Last but not least, we have the Toucan. And how the Toucan works is you're going to toss the card, and you're going to do it from the tin. So this one's very difficult. Oh, I failed, but luckily I only take 1 penalty for that. So on your turn, you're going to draw either 1, 2, or 3 of your cards. You're going to look at those cards that you drew, and then you are going to decide if you do or don't want to play those cards. If you don't want to play them, then you just put them into your penalty pile, and that's it. But if you do play them, you could potentially, not get points, but at the same time, boom, you do that. You take all these as penalty points. You're going to continue to go until someone has played their last card out of their pile. Once that happens, each player is going to count up their penalty pile, and they are also going to count up the cards they still have left to place up on the tree. That's how many points you have. Whoever has the fewest points will be the winner of Tumble Tree, and that, in a nutshell, is how the game is played. Alrighty then, Tumble Tree from Blue Orange Games. What are my final thoughts? Let's go over the pros, let's go over the cons. First, on the con side, game's not going to be for everybody for a variety of different reasons. 2 to 4 players, very restricted player count. Now, with that being said, I don't see why you couldn't play this with 5 or 6 players quite easily, especially if you're playing at the party game in a party game type of setting. Potentially, it's because there's not enough cards, but I think you can easily modify the rules to do that. So take that 2 to 4 players with a grain of salt. Also, on the con side, I don't particularly understand some of the rules in the game, especially the fact that you don't have to play the cards you play. It's like, if you draw 3 cards and you don't want to play one of the cards, you just put it into your penalty pile. And then you also have the choice, do I want to draw 1, 2, or 3 cards? I don't understand why you would ever draw anything less than 3 cards. It just doesn't make sense to me. Either way, I draw 3 cards, I don't want to play any of these 3, boom, I just put them in my penalty pile, but now I am 3 cards closer to ending the game, and if I didn't choose to play those 3 cards and someone else ended the game, I would still get those 3 penalty points. It just doesn't make sense to me why you wouldn't always pick 3 cards, irregardless of what the top of the tin looks like. Because yes, I understand, whoa, that looks like it's about to fall over. You might only want to draw 1 card to play 1 card. But then at the same time, you don't have to play any of your cards. And I've seen the game get into a stalemate, especially when playing with adults, where it's like, that is totally about to fall, where everyone was just like, I'm just drawing 3 cards, discarding 3 cards. Draw 3 cards, discarding 3 cards. Draw 3 cards. Ooh, I'll put this Foliage gently right in the middle. Discard cards. And that can be a little bit of a bummer. It doesn't happen with kids, but if you're playing with adults, that could be the circumstance. Once again, you might need to house rule the games. And that is probably the biggest con that I have with this game, is that the rules are just, they're kind of weird. I don't quite understand some of the rules in the game, which, that being a con for a game like this, is not a huge con, because this is purely a dexterity game. There's not much strategy in this game, which will turn off some people. And also, if you're not a big fan of dexterity games, this one might not be for you. It's also firmly in the children/family game crowd, even though I think this can work as a party game with modified rules. And I could see it being a fun filler game if you play with a lighter gaming group that doesn't play, heavy, meaty, epic Euros. This might be something they might enjoy as well. But moving on to the pros, it sounds like I dislike this game. I actually do not. I really, really like this game, and I highly recommend this game. It is a lot of fun. It reminds me a lot of a game called Garbage Day for Mayday Games, and I did a Kickstarter video for that. I did a preview, which means I didn't recommend the game. And I didn't recommend the game because the game, in my opinion, was broken at 3 and 4 players because it had this long, drawn-out player elimination thing where you might get eliminated early and then have to wait another 30 to 40 minutes. Like, the game completely reset after someone got eliminated, which is just dumb. This, on the other hand, has a really nice scoring system where, oh, no, everything fell off the tree. That's not a huge deal. That just goes in your penalty pile. Yes, you probably have lost the game, but still, you're still in the game and you still get to keep having fun, which I like. I love the artwork. I love the tin. I love the packaging. The packaging is nice and creative and aesthetically pleasing. People are going to walk by, they're going to look at this and be like, ooh, what's that game? That game looks cool. Kids enjoy this game. Adults enjoy this game. I've used this in a party game setting, just having everybody draw 1 card and then do it. And that was a lot of fun as well. We weren't even really keeping score. It was just more about having fun. So Tumble Tree, to me, is a game that is easy to recommend as long as you're not looking to play it on game night. If you're looking at this as a family game, yes, go for it. If you're looking at this as a children's game, yes, go for it. But that being said, I'd recommend maybe ages 6 plus. I played it with my 4-year-old and did have some issues, especially with his fine motor skills. But for ages 6 plus, recommend this as a children's game. As a filler game, if you have a lighter gaming group, yes, I can recommend this. overall, Tumble Tree, really, really, really enjoy this game. It's going on my shelf. It's going to be on my shelf for a long time. I hope in the future they release expansions with more cards that have you doing different things, different zany things, maybe like behind your back or something like that. The sky is the limit. There's plenty of room in this tin. Tumble Tree, I can't speak today, from Blue Orange Games. One I highly recommend if you're in the market for anything aside from a game night game. If you enjoyed this review, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below in the comments below. Let me know, have you ever climbed a tree? If so, why?